Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're still analyzing the ministers with the expectation of the reshuffle that the president has said will take place in the next few days. And we've been trying to analyze which is, should stay, which should go. And we've been excited to get your opinion about this. We have a caller who has called in from Abuja. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Ogra. I call from Abuja.
Awesome.
Yeah, assessing the cabinet of Bola Tinubu.
Okay.
1 year plus on.
Okay.
I think the one major thing we should look at, they've just done about a year, and if we begin to throw them out now, then you bring in new people. It will take some time
for them to adjust
before they will begin to learn the ropes again. There's one major missing point I see in this administration. After removing the fuel subsidy, there are a lot of gains that have come in, a lot of money. Now, how have we been able to tailor the system so that the economy will benefit from this whole money? You find that all these electric vehicles, all these whatever CNG preparations and the rest of it, they are still being handled by the Chinese and the Indians. And those money you say you save from the removal of fuel subsidy, you are still throwing away, and these people are repatriating to their country. For every policy we make, we should look inwardly. How much of it can our people benefit? That is how the Chinese closed their doors and were able to establish a country that is internally dependable. You cannot shoot yourself on the foot and begin to please another man while we are crying and groaning in pain. For God's sake, God bless this country with crude oil. Who are the human beings that are now going to be using petrol that we must now convert our cars to CNG? Because some people have mismanaged the system, our borders are porous, people are stealing our crude oil, the petrol that is subsidized for Nigerians is treated away to neighboring countries, that Nigerians must suffer. People are manning the border to pay. Nigerians to enjoy the wealth that God has given to them. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, that's an opinion.
You mentioned. I have a message. Professor Amidu Sani says, for almost 2 years, all our foreign missions have no ambassadors. Yet the budget of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs keeps increasing. And, you know, when I say I'm not feeling the minister, there are a lot of things that, you know, come from this office where he holds that covers it, that is not being handled. Beyond passports, which is an international affair that Nigeria, international item that Nigeria needs, which is covered by Ministry of Interior, really. Ministry of Interior released new locations within countries early this year, where Nigerians can go for their passport renewal. Even within a particular country, I think Canada, where there's mostly populated by Nigerians, they opened and announced about 2-3 offices in certain areas in that country. So we see more of the Minister of Interior. What about the visa, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? What exactly are his duties and what exactly has he done, apart from UN General Assembly that he showed face for? Really, is that all that his ministry is for? I still ask, I would like that Hassan comes back and give me, you know, details. Specifics. I would like to be educated, really.
All right, so can we talk about a ministry that is close to me, Housing and Urban Development. Minister for Housing has made some announcements about the fact that the president has policies to do Ahmed Dangiwa. So we really we've not seen him much. That's the truth. Sometimes
we used to choose names of some ministers.
Like we see them in papers every time. So I think it's actually extremely important for ministers to have their PR, public relations team always update on what is going on. At least we can check on Twitter and see what they have been doing. I wanted to talk on Minister of Agriculture, and I just went to Twitter and I saw that on Twitter they are updating almost on a daily basis. They come out to do disclaimer for those that are trying to sell fertilizers and things that do not exist, grants that do not exist. And so it's obvious that they are on top of their game. But we need to see more from the Minister for Housing and Urban Development beyond signing of MOUs and making declaration of what they've done to say what will be done. What do you think about police affairs, our my legal people? Yes, Minister for Police Affairs, because...
No comment.
Yeah. No comments, because there was a bit of controversy in the past 1 year.
It was just controversy as to who employs what. You know, but the Ministry of the police business is still a strong one. Would really like to see more of the motivation that we talked about. Apart from the Balende barracks that recently was marked for rebuilding, I think. And
they've demolished the other one at...
I've not seen any more. We still want... There's new developing rural areas or urban areas within other states.
How about
Lagos, that you can build new barracks.
Barracks for them.
Every time you drive through the Nigerian Navy barracks and the Nigerian Air Force, I went to the Air Force barracks on Saturday. They build new places, but you don't hear that about the police.
So there's work for Minister of
Nigerian police needs
Affairs.
to have in fact, there should be an holistic reform to motivate the human beings working there, because they are very demotivated.
That's why I said no comment.
It is not dignifying to find Nigerians in uniform on the road every day saying Alpha. Anything. It is a constant. If you drive through Lagos streets or in disguise, it's a constant.
You don't even need to disguise.
I don't think they like to do that. I don't think any human being like to be dignified in such a way. I think the ministry can do better to improve their...
So what do you think about the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation? I know that's an area that concerns you. You're always talking about...
I was actually going to talk about Bosun Tijani because Nima had talked about him, saying that she hadn't heard a lot about him. And in the very beginning, we heard quite a lot. But I also think because of his ministry, the people that, are his main target, usually the youth and the tech community. And I see a lot, especially on his Twitter, people giving him thumbs up and thanking him for many of the projects that he has set up in different parts of the country.
Wow.
So that community, I think they're the ones that we need to ask, how is he impacting them? Is there anything that is different? I'm seeing a lot of him because I follow him, on his pages personally, and I think he's doing a good job. But I agree too, we haven't heard a lot of him like on mainstream, and I'm wondering if it's our fault, like if it's not a story we're interested in. And sometimes, with these ministers, if it's very controversial and
that's
exciting,
when we hear. But if he's just doing the work, we will not hear about it.
Yeah, but
final comments.
Yeah, I want to hear more from like Dele Alake, the solid minerals. I just feel like everybody, all we've been doing for the past 1 year is hammering on oil and gas, when there are so many other solid minerals we have.
He's done some press release.
Yeah, so...
I know, he's been signing MOU, which we are hearing.
Yes, but we want to...
We are rounding up.
The details of those MOUs.
Yes.
Details, so that we are not paying...
The details, we want to see more. Yeah, I want to hear more.
Honestly, we have 47 ministers, some of them Minister of State, some of them substantive ministers. We expect that the report that Adiza Bala Usman has put together be made public, so that we have an understanding of the criteria for replacing or reshuffling any of the ministers. And I agree, maybe some of them need a bit more time. It's just that what Nigerians are going through, we don't feel like we are willing to be so patient beyond... we want to see action. We want to see action from the Minister of Defense and Minister of Defense for states, so that we see more security being upgraded. That's what we can take on this particular segment. We're hoping to get more phone calls from you, but please keep the conversation going online. And we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll move on to our special guest. Let's talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.